So you've been hearing that the market is shifting and changing, but you still want top dollar when you list and sell your house. How do we do that? All right, next I've got 5 great ideas for listing and selling your house for top dollar in any market. Let's talk about that right after this. At number 5, first impressions. All right, when someone walks up to your house, if they can't open the door or the door looks bad, there's weeds all over the place, are they going to be impressed? Probably not. So you want to make sure that that first impression is the right impression. You also want to make sure that that front door and maybe the shutters or whatever else is going on outside is something that is going to be intriguing for the new buyer. Maybe it's an updated color palette. If you have that plain old, people are so over it. The green, the red, from 20 years ago, just no one wants that. That was the first thing that I painted when I moved. I couldn't take it. It made the house look old. So updating that front door sometimes will just give it that wow and freshens it up. And same with the hardware on the door. You don't want it to have the brass stuff peeling off it. Make sure that it's fresh, looks nice, and again, easy to open. Number 4. Now, I know you're going to say, well, but my house is move-in ready. Yeah, move-in ready. Move-in ready is very subjective. And so what do I mean by that? Move-in ready can be almost anything as long as things work, they're still in good condition, it's clean, it smells good. Essentially the person could just bring their stuff in and they don't have to do anything. We get this question all the time. Well, do I need to remodel all of my bathrooms? Do I need to remodel my kitchen? Am I going to get that money back? And the answer is maybe. It depends on what kind of shape your bathrooms are in. If your bathroom and your kitchen are a weird color tile that most people aren't going to want, like it's pink, or just things are, like I said, things are broken, maybe the countertops have issues. Yeah, nobody wants that. Also, nobody really appreciates it when you just take an expensive piece of granite and plop it on top of a not great cabinet. And when I say not great, I mean, maybe it doesn't look good on the inside, the drawers are falling apart, or they're just very outdated and not in good condition. So it's fine if they're older, but they do need to be wood. And if they're solid wood, they can be painted. You can have them refaced. There's a lot of options. And when I say refaced, I don't mean plastic. I mean wood. Please do not reface with plastic. That is pointless, and your buyers are going to be very frustrated and probably just want to buy new cabinets, which again, they're going to just bring that price right on down. So move-in ready, the more you can do to make it nice and done, finished for the next person, the higher that price will be that you're going to get. All right, so number 3, and this is one of those key things that I think sometimes in this last market, this very crazy market, people missed. And that is, it's kind of 2-part. Answer the questions and eliminate the questions. So what do I mean by that? Let's start with eliminate the questions, because I think that's a little bit easier. Eliminating the questions is when, like, let's say you have a big stain all across your ceiling. It's been there since you got the roof done 6 years ago, but you've just never painted. Your property disclosure is going to state that, yes, you've had the roof replaced, but if you have that stain blocked and then repainted, there's no more water coming in. So it's not a question if it's still an active leak. Does that make sense? The other things are like maybe there's a basement issue, or maybe there's a weird smell, or maybe you've got something that really does need replaced. Offer a home warranty. That's a great way to fix that problem, unless you just want to replace it before you even list. So when we talk about answering the questions, that is knowing how old your HVAC is, knowing how old your roof is, knowing maybe what your billing is for those utilities. And then we usually see that question more on the lower end in places where maybe you have first-time buyers, because they're just trying to budget and they need to, get a feel for what it's going to cost to own this house, not just make the mortgage payment, but own it. And I love that. I love the fact that they want to know all of the answers, because that means they're prepared, right? So we want to answer those questions. We want to know if there's a warranty for the basement waterproofing. We want to know who that's with and can that be transferred. If there's cracks that have been filled in the foundation, same thing. Have that warranty information prepared and ready. And then the other one that I do think it's a challenge sometimes for people because they don't want to bring it up. But if there is something that maybe you got quoted, like tree removal or foundation repair or whatever, you had planned to put in a bathroom or have some major fix done, and you just can't, or you can't before you need to move. Again, let's have that information ready for the buyer. And again, they can make the decision whether or not they want to do it, but it's really good to have that available. So when they go to do an inspection, if they're doing an inspection, they kind of know what they're getting themselves into. All right. So number 2, price it right. Price your house for the condition. So whether it's beautiful or it's a complete train wreck, we want to price it so that it gets the attention of people. And that doesn't mean that we just price it for $200 and start a bidding war. No. We want to get it in the ballpark of what the area and other homes have sold for. But then we have to base it off its current condition. So if everything is amazing and you as a seller have put a ton of money into it, we do take that into consideration. So know that pricing is very, very key. So number 1, the big wow. What do I mean by that? I just recently watched this YouTube video from a designer who was talking about how no one wants to buy decor that is what they can afford. Yes, we all want budget-friendly things, but we're not dreaming of the very affordable item. We are dreaming of something that is, a little bit of a stretch, a little bit of a reach. So if your house is in a price point that maybe a bubble tub would be not normal, but you would love a bubble tub and you're going to use it every day, I would say add a bubble tub. Because when you go to sell that house, that's going to be the big appeal. So it's finding that thing that maybe gets people's interest. It's above, what that house would normally have in it. Add the built-ins that kind of make up the mudroom. Just do something that's a little bit extra that gives people that oh my gosh, I have to see this house. All right, so what questions do you have? What have you found has worked? Or maybe something you tried didn't work at all? Let me know. We want to hear it in the comments. But remember to like, share, and subscribe. And we would love to see you again next time.